From the highest number of offsides in a single match to the longest ever penalty shootout, there have been a lot of record-breaking moments this season. However, these records aren't mere occurrences. I'll be breaking the factors and tactics responsible for breaking these records. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's dive in.
Mikel, another red card. This is a problem, isn't it?
Arsenal set an unwanted Premier League record as the team with the highest amount of red cards after receiving 6 red cards in the 2024-25 season. These frequent red cards affected their midfield options, especially with the high number of matches they were involved in. Surely bad officiating did play a big part, but they weren't just unlucky, they were affected by tactics as well. Their high pressing style and some last-ditch tackles played a huge part in setting these records. Also, the presence of frustration and fatigue, especially during high-intensity matches, probably from their desire to control the match, played a part in their red card record. In the match between Barcelona and Real Madrid, Barcelona won 4-0, but one thing that really stood out was the amount of times Real Madrid players were offside. In that match, Mbappe equalized the record for the highest amount of times a player was offside in a single match. Mbappe has often struggled with being onside, but hitting a huge record like this certainly wasn't luck. Barcelona's offside trap involves a high defensive line designed to push the opposition's attackers offside. This forces them to compress the field and prevent opponents from utilizing dangerous goal-scoring opportunities. The most rewarding time to use this technique is for teams who create opportunities from through balls or clever passes, which is Real Madrid's strength. So when Mbappe receives the ball, the organized Barcelona defense will simply move back. With this technique, it was quite easy to play Mbappe and the Madrid forwards offside. Imagine breaking the record for the highest amount of times a team has hit the woodwork in a single season. Well, that's the record Bournemouth have broken. Apart from repeatedly hitting the woodwork, they've struggled with red cards, late goals. It's fair to call them the unluckiest team this season. Yes, they suffered from bad luck, but surely their tactics have played a big part in their bad luck. Bournemouth are known for their high-intensity presses, which explains their red card situation. However, these presses also enable them to have a really high shot-ending turnover, which basically means any possession 40 meters away from the post will lead to a shot. Now, this shot can either get into the post, get kept by the keeper, get totally away from the post, or the shot hits the woodwork. However, this high amount of shot turnovers tend to lead to an higher chance of either of these three happening. It's not bad luck, it's a result of the risks they've decided to take. 1st May 2025, PSG won the match against Inter Milan with 5-0, breaking the record for the highest amount of goals in a Champions League final. Stepping into the match, it was expected to be a tight game. Nobody expected a 5-goal thriller, least of all with Inter scoring 0. Enrique surely had something up his sleeves, his tactics. One thing that really stood out was PSG's fluidity. PSG initially attacked the wide areas, with Inter's wing backs pushing out to press PSG's full backs. From here, players like Doué and Kvaratskhelia were allowed to be more flexible in their movements. This allowed Doué to be more involved in assists and goals at different positions on the field. PSG is known for one thing: their speed. Enrique designed a counter press that involved Dembele dropping deep. This allowed Dembele to use his ingenuity. Tottenham won their first trophy in 17 years. Crystal Palace won their first ever major trophy. Newcastle broke their trophy jinx after winning their first title in 70 years. Go Ahead Eagles and Bologna also won their first major trophy after a very long time. Once again, this wasn't just luck. There were factors and tactics that led to this. These teams had limited budgets, but one thing that really stood out was the utilization of young talents. Many times, these young talents totally changed and prevented the team from being built around a single player really played a huge part. Many times, players like Inshot of Tottenham were kept on the bench. This really created cohesion over star power and basically gave different faces to their general gameplay.
moments, the big players
Goal.
come alive,
Goal.
and then Liverpool in front. 3 out of
Goal.
3.
Mohamed Salah broke the record for the highest amount of penalties scored in the 2024-25 Premier League season. He took 9 penalties, with 9 of them leading to a goal. How did he achieve this? Liverpool uses a 4-2-3-1 formation, which allows the Liverpool forwards and their central striker to make runs into the penalty area. Liverpool also uses an intense pressing style that involves the fullbacks pushing up, giving space for quick wingers like Salah and Luis Diaz to make forward movements. Salah uses a short controlled run-up, then pauses with a subtle feint to take the keeper to the wrong way, just in case he places the ball to the far corner of the post. This makes it almost impossible for the keeper to save. Wrexham FC have achieved remarkable success, moving from the 5th tier, the Nations League, in 2020 to the 2nd tier, the EFL Championship, in 3 consecutive seasons. What led to this? Ryan Reynolds and Rob McKennie purchased the club in 2020. They pumped money. Also, their fame and influence as actors gave Wrexham a bit of the fame they needed. Manager Phil Parkinson played a huge role by ensuring the popular players like Ben Tozer and Luke John were allowed to go, and then ensured strategic recruitment, creating a no-ego dressing room culture. The owner's financial backing also ensured squad growth and facility upgrade, which played a great part in their frequent rise. Southampton have conceded goals against goals this season, finishing 20th. They broke 2 records, the fastest time a team got relegated and the most goals conceded in a single season. Russell Martins led Southampton through the most part of last season. Tactically, he was quite insistent on playing out from the back, no matter the opponent. Southampton averaged 7.2 possessions lost in their defensive third per game. This high-risk strategy exposed their defenders to relentless pressing from teams like Liverpool and Arsenal, who thrive on exploiting mistakes. Their high defensive line, a hallmark of Martin's system, left them exposed to counter-attacks. Without pacey defenders to recover, teams exploited these gaps. With 5 points from 16 games, Russell Martins was sacked. Ivan Juric came in, changing the formation from a 4-3-3 to a 3-4-2-1. Basically,
much more
emphasized
aggressive, to do much more pressing and try to be quick and change mentality. What is important in the football, playing the games.
His philosophy was simple, but once again it failed. Juric's high defensive line meant pressing aggressively was a liability. Premier League teams like Tottenham and Manchester City exploited gaps with rapid counters, contributing to 15 goals from open play during his tenure. 12 losses in 14 games, with Southampton conceding the league's highest, 74 goals by April. Spain won the 2024 Euro tournament, along the way breaking the record for the highest goal scorers from a single nation in the Euro tournament. Spain had 122 shots, 44 on target, and 15 goals across 7 matches. Spain lined up in a flexible 4-2-3-1 which could shift to a 4-3-3 when needed. This setup was the backbone of the attack. It gave the wing backs, especially Carvalho, the chance to bomb forward from the right back position. Let's talk about the midfield. Fabian Ruiz, Rodri, Michael Merino, Dani Olmo were given the freedom to get into the box and have were midfielders. The substitution, De La Fuente's substitutions were on point. This added to their attacking strength and gave their game fresh energy. The attacking trio behind striker Alvaro Morata included Dani Olmo, playing as the central attacking midfielder, Lamine Yamal, who played at the right wing, and Nico Williams. Their positional fluidity allowed them to interchange roles, creating multiple goal-scoring threats without missing in the Premier League, scoring 12 penalties consecutively. One thing about Palmer is his confidence. Palmer employs a slow, deliberate run up to the ball, often pausing momentarily before striking. This pause disrupts the goalkeeper's timing, forcing them to commit early or second-guess their dive. This also gives him the chance to read the goalkeeper's movement. Then boom, he plays it into the post. Pause. In the match against Leicester, the keeper cut his record short by saving his penalty. The keeper didn't believe in his guts, but instead waited for him to take his shot. But remember, Palmer doesn't necessarily work with shots. He works with placement and precision. This made it quite easy for the keeper to save. Factors, tactics, records. Many of these records were broken by tactics, which in short were just simple things. So that's my question: do little things actually matter? Check out for my next video. Subscribe, 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 Yeah, quite emotional, right? Yeah, just subscribe now.